You keep playing this guessing game with the universe, and the universe doesn't play games and it doesn't guess. So you need to be intentional about what it is that you want. Hello, my love. Thank you for stopping by the Inner Garden. My name is Natasia, and this space is where I share all my self awareness tips and provide you with mindset shifts. The reality that we all have to face is that nothing changes until you do. You can want all the things, you can set all the goals, you can plan all the ideas, but nothing is going to shake until you do, baby. If you're like me, sometimes you struggle getting to that next step. Sometimes you know what it is that you want. You're very clear on the vision that you see and for yourself and the things that you want. But getting to that intentional step when you are actually claiming what it is that you want, when you are actually moving in the direction of what you want, can sometimes shake us up a little bit. It gets a little scary, right? And I think that a lot of that is fear based. And it also can come from just growing up with a religious background, because in religion, and I will say specifically for Christianity because that was my background, we were kind of conditioned to believe that we have to get permission for the things that we want. You have to pray, you have to ask God, and just basically hope that He blesses you. Hope that He, you know, comes through with the blessing. And then there's also a side of it that you have faith that He will deliver that blessing. But my problem with that perspective is the belief that you have to rely on something outside of yourself to give you the permission that you can have what you want. In my life, things have not worked out that way. I didn't get the things that I wanted until I believed that they were mine already. Things did not come through in my life until I expected them to come through into my life. First, I had to ask for what I want, but not just asking for what I want and hoping for it to come. I had to ask with the expectation that once I have claimed it, once I put that out in the universe, it's already done. It's done. And then I had to get myself to a point where I changed the way that I thought, or I changed my behaviors, or I changed my habits to be in alignment with what I was expecting to come. Your life will transform when you get intentional, when you know that it's coming, when you know that you have it, that it's done, that it's on its way to you, whatever it is that helps you get in that momentum of this is said and done. And I'm going to tell you the specific things that you need to do to be intentional. Living intentionally is waking up in the morning and already thinking about how you want to feel in your day, what you want to experience in your day, and seeing yourself moving through your day exactly the way that you want it, not just saying, oh, we're going to see what today brings me. Now, that's not to say that you have to be gung ho on what I want to happen today has to happen today. No, it's a lot easier if you focus on just how you want to feel. Do you want to feel productive? Do you want to feel happy? Do you want to feel relaxed? Do you want to feel easy? It's about setting the intention to feel a specific way. Living on autopilot is what the old version of me used to do. Okay. Wake up an hour to 30 minutes before I have to go to work, take a shower, brush my teeth, get in my car, drive to work, go to work, come home, and do it all over again. Not really putting any intentions into my day, just going with the flow, just doing what I have to do to get through the day. That's honestly a lot of us. And I have personally been in and out of that space. I have been very intentional in certain seasons of my life, and I have been living in autopilot and survival mode in other seasons of my life. There's a difference between being busy and being purposeful in your day to day. A lot of us are busy. A lot of us have jobs. We are going to school or we're doing different things, and you have a lot of different tasks in a day. But what makes your life feel fulfilled, what brings you satisfaction in your life is feeling purposeful in what you're doing. And you don't feel purposeful if you're not intentional about what it is that you're doing. If you're living on autopilot and you're just doing what you believe you have to do, what you're programmed to do, that doesn't feel like you have that much control or choice over what it is you're doing. You're just doing it to do it. But when you feel purposeful in what you're doing, that means that you actually know why you are moving throughout your day the way that you are. You know why you're feeling the way that you're feeling throughout your day. So when we talk about manifesting or just improving our day-to-day life, part of being intentional is being purposeful, making everything that you do count, choosing how you want to feel, knowing why you want to feel that way. The more that you set intentions, the more your energy will shift to feeling more powerful, feeling like you have that creative power to do whatever it is that you want to do. So let's talk about what it is that you need to do to be intentional. One is you need to reprogram your mind and repeat statements or affirmations that align with your higher self or the higher version of your life that you want. Doing that may feel like it's too simple, like it can't be that easy, but sometimes that's really all it takes to start rewiring your mind to think certain thoughts, because really your thoughts are nothing but repeated messages that you've said to yourself or that you've heard. All it is the subconscious mind throwing back the same old things that you've been putting your focus on. So when you tune your focus to something else and repeat it to yourself over and over and over and over again, it will start repeating back to you over and over and over and over again. Second is you have to become aware of your thoughts. You have to start paying attention to the negative beliefs that you're telling yourself and redirecting them. You don't have to block them out. You don't have to shut them out. You just have to redirect them. So if you get a thought that's like, oh, I never have enough money for what I need, become aware of it. Actually look at yourself as the observer. Instead of being so caught up in your own head, try to take your focus outside of yourself. And let's just say you're pretending that you see yourself and you're telling yourself, I want her or him to experience wealth. I want her or him to have a lot of money. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but it's honestly like thinking of yourself as a game avatar. Choosing your avatar, choosing what they want to feel, what they wear, how much money they have, all of that. Sometimes just thinking like that can shift the focus from being so caught up in your right now, how you feel right now, and tuning your focus to how you want to see yourself. The third thing is getting very clear on your why. Getting clear on why it is that you want the things that you want. So if you want a new job, why do you want a new job? There's nothing wrong with why you want something. It's just you have to get clear on that, because when you don't know why, then it puts you back into that autopilot. You don't know. You're just moving throughout your day. You don't know what you're doing it for. The best thing that you can do to be intentional about your life is understand why it is that you do what you do, why it is that you want what you want. And when you understand that, it amplifies that energy even more and motivates you to take whatever steps you need to take whatever action that you need to take. That's why I don't think that taking action is the very first step, because all of us are taking action every day in our lives. We're all doing something to some degree. And a lot of us don't feel like we are where we want to be in life. Sometimes it's not necessarily the actions that you're taking, it's the intentions that are behind those actions. If you're not clear on your intentions, then your actions, you might as well not do anything. But that doesn't mean that action isn't needed. So if you feel like you've been wanting the same things for years, for months, however long now, and it still is not progressing in your life, or you still feel like you're not doing enough, try to really get intentional about having that thing. Also, with being intentional about manifesting a certain thing, one thing that I think that helps me, I'm not going to say that this is something you have to do, but trying to focus on one thing at a time. It becomes overwhelming when you try to plan out or set an intention for your whole entire life. When you think about what it is you want in the short term, what you want to manifest like within the next 6 months to a year, whatever, it just, it helps you get on that frequency a lot faster. When you think about what it is that you want from 6 months to a year from now, opposed to the next 20 years, 20 years feels like a reach. So I would say with being intentional, also try to focus on one thing. Try not to get too distracted by all the other things that you want, because I know we all want a lot of things, but you have to just tune your focus into one, at least practice building that up, building that muscle of focus. So with that being said, I hope this video brought you some clarity, it brought you some value. If you resonated with this video, then definitely be sure to click the like button, and also if you're not already, subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. Let me know in the comments what is something that you want to become more intentional about. Till next time, I hope you all live in love, live in light, and keep growing. Bye.